Connor Bedard came into the league last year as one of the NHL's most hyped prospects in decades, and he delivered with a stellar rookie season that lived up to all expectations, winning the Calder Trophy as the Rookie of the Year and producing offensively on an absolutely brutal Chicago team. But now, in his sophomore year, his production has cooled off a little bit, raising questions about his dominance. He was expected to improve on his rookie season success, but instead he's producing at a worse rate. Then enter Michkov, the 7th overall pick from the same draft as Bedard. In his rookie season with the Flyers, Michkov isn't just playing well, he's outperforming both Bedard's impressive rookie campaign and his sophomore season. With 27 points in 29 games, Michkov has quickly become one of the league's most electrifying young stars. And what was an already close gap between him and Bedard is getting even closer by the game. Michkov is impressing everyone this year. He's leading all rookies in points, he leads the league in overtime goals, he's driving his own line offensively, he's scoring some pretty nice goals, and he's pretty much everything we expected him to be and more. He recorded his first NHL point in his second game.
Morgan Frost looks around, down the one-timer, and Konechny scores! So the power play.
And then scored his first goal in his third game, his first 2 goals rather, as he doubled down against Connor McDavid and the Oilers.
Shovels just wide, rebound far post, and is that tucked over the line? Philadelphia believe it is in. No signal yet from the officials. And held in by Drysdale. He got pasted by Yanmark. Held in by Konechny. Open man Frost. One-timer to score. And Philadelphia extends to a 2-0 lead. Michkov.
From there, he continued to play solid hockey. Over the course of the next 5 games, Michkov would record 6 points. And then he went cold for the next 4 games before ending his pointless streak with an assist in Carolina. 10 points in his first 13 NHL games. As a rookie, this is amazing, but for Torts, I guess it was underwhelming. Michkov was made a healthy scratch for the next 2 games. For a rookie playing this well on a pretty bad team, this was a pretty shocking management decision. Now, was this just Torts being Torts? Yeah, pretty much. Tortorella is known for his tough love coaching style, and he likely saw this as a teaching moment. The Flyers wanted every player, no matter how talented, to commit to a complete team-first style. But many worried this might just stifle Michkov's play. Fortunately though, Michkov took the message pretty well. After the benching, he came back with 5 points in his next 3 games and looked sharper in his two-way play, and it seemed as though the scratch lit a fire underneath him. Since the scratching, Michkov has quickly become one of the Flyers' best and most dominant offensive players, with 17 points in 16 games. That would be an 87-point pace over 82 games, which would be the best rookie season since 2005-2006, when his fellow countryman Alexander Ovechkin put up 106 points as a rookie. But this strong start from Michkov was almost expected. Almost every single analyst had him pegged as the front-runner for the Calder Trophy, and he's proving why. He was thought to be a dynamic offensive player with the ability to score at will, and he's done exactly that. And he's been doing it especially in the past 7 games. As of recording, Michkov has 10 points in his past 7 games, including 4 multi-point games. His consistent ability to put up points shows just how dangerous he is, both as a scorer and a playmaker. Whether it's making a perfect pass through traffic or just finding space to fire his powerful shot, Michkov has shown impressive skill and composure, especially for a rookie. And although a lot of his success can be attributed to himself and just how skilled he is, you can also attribute a lot of his success to his head coach, John Tortorella. Now, I know that's not a sentence you guys expected to hear this season, especially because of how many people were worried just how Michkov would handle playing underneath a coach like John Tortorella. And at first, those concerns seemed pretty valid, especially when Michkov was benched earlier in the season. But instead of letting it become a problem, Michkov responded by improving his game, working harder, and earning Tortorella's trust. He showed maturity and proved that he could thrive even under a coach as tough as Tortorella. To his credit, Tortorella has done a great job using Michkov in all situations to get the most out of him. Michkov has become a key player on the first unit power play, where his shot and playmaking stand out.
A little transition to 5-on-4 with Wilson. Konechny release. Michkov scores! Michkov!
Torts also used him in overtime, where Michkov has already scored many game-winning goals.
And Michkov, the rookie, a break in on goal, and he scores! falls, and that will end it.
and in shootouts where he's come through in big moments.
And he scores!
These opportunities have helped Michkov grow in confidence and prove he can deliver when the game is on the line. What's also helped Michkov thrive is just how Tortorella has carefully managed his ice time, putting him in the best positions to succeed. He currently has one of the highest offensive zone start percentages in the entire league, which pretty much just means he's often put out in situations where he can focus on creating scoring chances, which is exactly what you want from your most offensively minded player. This graphic right here highlights all 70 NHL players who have played 15 or more games this season with an offensive zone start percentage of above 60%. The x-axis represents time on ice per 60 minutes, while the y-axis shows each player's offensive zone start percentage. As you move up this graph, obviously the numbers start to drop off a little. Getting even higher, the numbers are less and less. And then at the top, there's Dylan Strome with a 74.8% offensive zone start percentage. And then this star right here is Matvei Michkov, with 69.3% of his shifts starting in the offensive zone. He ranks 10th in the entire NHL in that stat. So what's this exactly telling us? It's not like the stat determines how good a player is, but it does tell us that Tortorella is doing his best to give Michkov every opportunity to succeed. He recognizes that Michkov is an offensively minded player, and in order to get everything out of him, he should be in the offensive zone at all times. And this is working. Michkov shows off his offensive skills every single game, but what really stands out is his smart decision-making. Take this 2-on-0 with Travis Konechny as an example. Michkov could have taken this as a breakaway, but he did a quick shoulder check and saw Konechny was catching up. He slowed his pace down and turned it into a 2-on-0, and then sold the shot perfectly. By leaning his body all the way to the left like that, he tricked goalie David Levi into a tough position, setting up for an easy goal for Konechny. Now, let's look at a 2-on-1 with Owen Tippett. Michkov saw Tippett driving hard to the back post, and instead of forcing a quick pass, he added an extra stick handle to freeze the goalie, making it look like he might shoot the puck, but instead that small move let him thread a perfect pass, leading to another easy tap-in for his teammate. This 2-on-1 from preseason was a very similar situation. It was overtime, sure, but the principles stay consistent. Michkov knows that TK is open for a pass, but right about here, he knows that he's going to shoot. He loads up with the shot and drags it just a tad longer than usual to change the angle of his release, allowing that low far side to open up, where he eventually puts it home. Plays like these are actually why Michkov is on pace for a better rookie season than Connor Bedard. He's scoring at a .93 points per game, compared to Bedard's .89 during his rookie season, and it looks like Michkov's production is only going to improve this season. Not only is Michkov outscoring rookie Bedard, he's also outperforming a second-year Bedard, who's going through a pretty rough sophomore slump. Now, Bedard is still the leading scorer on the Hawks and close to a point-per-game pace, but many people expected him to take a huge step forward this year, and he just hasn't done that. And that's really where this conversation begins. Sure, they're both super young and still early in their careers, so it might feel a bit premature to compare them, but they're going to be compared to each other for their entire career, so why not start now? Michkov's ability to make smart plays and rack up points has been pretty impressive, but like any rookie, he's had to face some challenges along the way. He's been hit hard and targeted more often as any top rookie would, and Michkov has done a good job of staying focused despite the extra physicality. However, it hasn't always been easy. He did get ejected in a recent game against Utah, but he made sure to autograph a kid's water bottle before he went to the locker room, which is just a superstar move, and it shows that he has a pretty good attitude and is still having fun. And just from a hockey fan's point of view, it's awesome to see these young guys enjoying the game, especially with all the hardships he had to deal with to get over here and play North American hockey. But obviously, it was all worth it. Matvei Michkov is starting to look like he could even be better than Connor Bedard, which is something that many fans wouldn't have thought of. For the Flyers, this is a huge opportunity. They have a chance to build their entire team around this guy and turn him into a franchise player, something they haven't really had since the prime Claude Giroux days. The big question is, though, whether they'll make the right moves to support him and give him the tools to succeed. If they do, Michkov could help lead the Flyers to long-term success. If Michkov keeps this up and is improving at the same rate that he's been going at, he could not only go down as the best player in his entire draft class, but one of the brightest stars of this entire generation.